Are the expeditions and new changes going to kill Arc Raiders? If you have been online lately, there are two huge issues that Arc Raiders is facing right now. The first one is, of course, the expedition and people being afraid of imbalance. And the second one is the patch updates changing the game, especially increased crafting materials on certain items and the shifting balance of the overall game. The first concern is as follows. If I missed the last expedition, it is already giving players a huge advantage over regular players, or those who missed the first expedition simply by not owning the game during that period. And what about the future? Wouldn't this make people who do expeditions continuously super overpowered towards those players who just started the game? And the answer is no, because Embark already addressed this in their article regarding the second expedition, which clearly states that bonus skill points won't be available indefinitely and that rewards and requirements may change for future expeditions. We can translate this as follows. Since Arc Raiders is a live service game, there will be continuous changes to the system. During these changes, the overall game environment will eventually even out and provide different types of rewards for those continuously doing expeditions, and for those not doing them as well. Therefore, the concern, mainly coming from casual players who have only a few hours a week to put into the game, that the game will become imbalanced, is already being addressed. I am 100% certain the developers are fully aware of this, given that they already stated future expeditions will not award bonuses indefinitely. We have to think about Arc Raiders in terms of seasons, where each season has something different to offer. Currently, those are skill points and cosmetics. But I'm not afraid that we will get to a point where some raiders have 150 skill points and others only 75, which would definitely impact gameplay and balance. One huge thing that a lot of people miss is that Embark has stated they have big plans for this game, including a 10-year plan. This brings us to the conclusion that this concern is and will be continuously addressed. A good example is World of Warcraft, where each expansion had different bonuses, but these bonuses became weaker and weaker as the game progressed. Level caps increased and weapons from previous seasons became obsolete. I believe the same will eventually happen with Arc Raiders. Currently, we are mostly seeing balancing changes, but I believe we will eventually run into more character development where each raider will be able to choose a different playstyle with unique skill sets or perks, whether PvP or PvE oriented. So please, do not lose your grip and trust the process. Because even if someone is 10 skill points ahead of you right now, it is not a huge advantage. And it all comes down to playstyle and skill anyway. And that brings us to the second point of the discussion. Are expeditions worth it? We already established that casual raiders should not be afraid of losing game balance. So why are expeditions even part of the game? The expedition, which we can also call a personal game wipe, has a very specific role, especially in the extraction game genre. While these wipes are clearly not for everyone, they bring replayability to those looking for an extra challenge. Embark already stated they are not going to do full game wipes for everyone at the same time, meaning expeditions are completely voluntary. In my personal opinion, this is a very good decision, mainly because it takes casual players into account, which we already talked about. Therefore, each raider has to consider whether losing all their hard-earned progress is worth the few skill points gained, and whether they see this as a personal challenge to restart the game. I believe Arc Raiders has a lot to offer when it comes to replayability, especially due to its two main approaches, PvP and PvE-oriented playstyles. Some players prefer to shoot on sight, some prefer to team up and take down arcs together, and some simply find the game as an interactive medium for communities. That is my call to action from this video. Try different playstyles, different methods of approaching the game. In the end, the most effective tactics will eventually get boring for those who don't just grind for results. There is so much to offer, starting from trials and big arc events such as Harvester or Matriarch. And if those are not enough, try some personal challenges, which are easy to come up with, bring only a hairpin into the game. Or try the Zero to Hero challenge, going in with an empty inventory and besting other raiders to obtain better gear. But I have steered away from the question to which I do not have an answer, because each raider has to decide for themselves whether the expedition is or is not worth it. The second topic of today is the absolute infinite amount of complaints about the patch updates and game changes. The biggest problem people have is the increased crafting requirements for epic usables, such as Wolfpack and Deadline, and an overall nerf to the weapons. Well, look, I understand the concern, and I believe every little change can definitely hurt a lot of people's progress or approach to the game. But we have to understand one thing, which is that Arc Raiders is an extraction adventure, set in a lethal future Earth where we are survivors scavenging for resources. Being a survivor in an extraction-based world should limit your resources and provide a challenge, and the pre-patch game felt a little too easygoing for everyone. Just look at it from this perspective. 2 wolf packs are all it takes to take down one of the biggest threats in the game, the Rocketeer. At the previous pace, wolf packs were so easily accessible that I was basically skipping over looting them, or just use them sometimes to take down small arcs, just to save a few seconds of my raid. And I believe that as strong as they are, they should be a little more scarce on the surface as well. And that is and will be the main idea towards which the developers want to take this game. We all have to understand that Arc Raiders is one of the biggest games released recently and remains highly popular. This will cause shifts and changes, patches, and development towards different playstyles. In the end, Arc Raiders is a live service game, which means these changes keep the game alive and give raiders enough reasons to keep coming back. And yes, weapon nerfs and imbalances will occur, such as nerfing the Venator while keeping the Torro super overpowered, basically even increasing its potential with this update. But trust me when I say this, the Torro is next. All of this is healthy development towards building a base structure of the game, which was very difficult to establish without us raiders doing millions of raids every day, so that Command has enough data to understand our playstyle and basically what needs to be done and changed. So raiders, hopefully I have reassured you that Embark is taking care of the game balance and that missing an expedition is not such a huge deal as many people might think. Do not be afraid to skip them if you feel pressured, but in the meantime, feel free to get ready for the next one coming at the end of April, in 2 months. I also believe we have a huge road ahead of us, and jumping to conclusions now is way too early. So please do not be afraid of further game updates. Instead, go out there and test new weapons and strategies. Let me know if you have any questions about the expedition or the game, and share your thoughts with me. And please remember, at the end of the day, just try to enjoy the game and take every raid as an opportunity to have fun, not as a chore that has to be done on a daily basis. That mindset helped me with creating all this content for you. Thank you all, and see you topside Raiders. John Raider out.